All right, so I want to do a quick video, and I hope that some of you will join me. I'm just impromptu going live, and it's good to be here with you. Happy 888 Triple Stargate. Yeah, it's a Triple Stargate. 888, August 8th, 2024. And I'm not going to talk about Stargates, portals, or Lionsgate today, even though that is that is what today is about. But what I do want to share for those of you who don't know what it is or don't believe in the significance of it, and this is what I want to say. Imagine for just a moment that a good significant chunk of the people on Earth, let's just say somewhere around, I'm going to listen actually, over 10,000, 10 to 100,000 people on Earth, at least, approximately, in that range, which I know that's a big number, but not when you consider around 8 billion people, right? Let's say that somewhere in that range, they all had this unified idea, concept, perspective, that they would have a meeting on this day. And let's just say they decided that the meeting point would be Starbucks, and that meeting point of Starbucks would be somewhere, on in Manhattan, on 92nd and 3rd Avenue in Manhattan. And so everybody knew that that would be the meeting point, because everybody knows Manhattan and everybody can find that corner of 3rd Avenue and 92nd Street, let's just say, on the Upper East Side, right? And so everybody picked that day, and everybody said, okay, we're going to meet at that time at, let's just say, 11 in the morning, or 8 a.m. or 8 p.m., whatever. And then let's just say some people say, well, that, I cannot find that, or I don't agree with that because it doesn't have latitude and longitude exacts. The precision is not the exact latitude and longitude, right? You're giving me a location that does not map out and in latitude and longitude, and you're like, well, okay, but you can find it that way. So that is what a portal is. That is what a portal is. It doesn't map out precisely and exactly all the time. So when people say, oh, the Lionsgate's not real or the portal's not real, well, okay, you're right. It's human consciousness. But there is enough consciousness that has registered it as significant and recognizes it. And when a significant group of people get together with a unified intention to have a unified type of experience, even if they're not all together, because some people might say, all right, well, we're not going to meet up in Manhattan because that's too far away. We're going to go, and instead we're going to meet up in Los Angeles, and let's go meet up at the Bodhi Tree. And here's the address for that. And someone could say, well, the Bodhi tree's not there anymore. So why are you saying that's even a good place to meet? Because the Bodhi tree's not there. Well, okay, but there's a location there. On that corner, let's just meet there under the tree where the Bodhi tree used to be. See, so people like to dismiss Lionsgate Portal, and they like to dismiss it because they're like, oh, they're like hanging you up on a technicality. Like, oh, well, it's not real. It's not really happening. It's not really going on. The astrological signs are not exactly precise. And I say to those people, if you want to get hung up on a technicality and stop your expansion, your global expansion, that's your choice. If you want to hang up and block and stop and self-sabotage yourself because you're not into the woo-woo of what Lionsgate Portal means, or the 888 means, or a Triple Stargate means, or you don't believe in a wormhole, or you don't believe in portals, or you don't believe that the portal exists because it's not lining up with Sirius on this particular day, well, go ahead and block yourself and limit yourself. But there are between 10,000 and 100,000 people who are gathering on this day in different locations around the world. And they are adding their energy and their consciousness and their intention, and they are being the physical portal for light to come through and to anchor into this physical world in a positive and uplifting way. And they are using their personal intention, energy, and consciousness to facilitate massive change for humanity. So if you want to hang up on that the portal's not real, or it's not really the Lionsgate, or it's just a bunch of hype, fare you well. fare you well on your journey. That's fine. But you'll find a million other technicalities of why your journey will be met with some form of lack or limitation or boxed in some way. Because if you're hanging yourself up on technicalities of why something's not real or why you don't believe in something, that's how you live your life. Those technicalities will stop you and block you every time. And here's what I really want to say. You don't even have to believe in the Lionsgate Portal. You don't have to believe in the Triple Stargate. You don't have to believe in the 888. You don't have to believe that you can create a wormhole and be part of that wormhole, that portal that brings in and anchors in more light for humanity, more consciousness, elevates the collective. You don't have to believe in any of that, but let's just bring it down to the physical, earthly, grounded. You have DNA. You have DNA in your body. And that DNA right now is mostly shut off, dormant, lying dormant. And that is scientifically valid and real. So if you want to hang that up on a technicality, that's your choice. But that DNA is waiting for you to activate it and claim it. And you can say, well, I can do it on a million other days. Okay, not a million other days, 364 other days. That's fine. But why not choose a day when between 10,000 and 100,000 people or something in that approximate are working on the very same thing? So that the intention is even more magnified, amplified, intensified, activated, and anchored into your physicality. Work with your DNA. Bruce Lipton already is teaching about this, a pioneer in epigenetics. Greg Braden already teaching about this. So many other brilliant scientists are validating this. The scientific evidence about your DNA and what's lying dormant for you to claim and activate is real. There is nothing woo-woo about that. And there is no particular day when you need to do it or have to do it. But if you don't utilize the gift of a triple stargate, even if you don't believe that, when at least 10 to 100,000 people or more are using the very same intention to activate and awaken their dormant potential and to bring through more of their magnificence on that particular day, in that particular window, if you want to hang yourself up on a technicality and say it's not real or it's not true, that's your choice, but the DNA holds the keys. The DNA is storing up the evidence of your most magnificent, most brilliant, most fabulous solutions that you're here to share. And I guarantee you that anything you are challenged on, blocked on, or limited by can be cleared, healed, and resolved, expunged from your system on a day like today. And even if it's not one meditation that does it, you will loosen its grip. And simultaneously, by working with your DNA on a day like today, you will awaken even more of the greatest potential that is lying dormant within you, that you are here for. And it will add tremendous meaning to your life. Why? Because you will realize that you are part of the solution on planet Earth. You. But if you want to sit by the sidelines and hang yourself up on a technicality and say that it's not real, or just try to sort of love and light your way through it, or just try to stay focused on some fake, false, phony news from some fake, phony, false leader and authority speaking somewhere on some chronic negativity network. Look at the initials, right? If you want to continue to believe in that reality, that's okay. If you want to give all your power away to the big pharma companies that want you to stay sick and ill, that's your choice too. But you can make a new choice today and not hang yourself up on a technicality and not self-sabotage, and choose consciously to start working with the gifts that are stored up in your own DNA, waiting for you to claim. So I hope you will join me. I'll put the link in below so you can join me, because we are only hours away from our Lionsgate Triple Stargate Portal DNA Activations webinar. And of course, I would love you to choose to join us. And if you do, I know you will absolutely love it and hugely benefit from it. But even if you don't choose to do it, choose to become more consciously aware of the fact that by not choosing, in a sense, you're choosing to sort of not awaken and elevate during a time, a window of time when consciousness is calling you forward. That is making it more easy than ever before for consciousness to call you forward. All right, I want to share one other thing, and that is about the synchronicity of you in other parallel realities, which could also be called past lifetimes. And I'm going to share more about this going forward. In other realities, in other parallel universes, parallel existences, you have mastered different tools, knowledge, wisdom, gifts, talents, and abilities. So in another lifetime, you may have been a magnificent artist or a famous author. I know I have a lifetime like that. You may have been a talented musician. You may, gifted musician. You may have been an incredible scientist. You may have made some kind of scientific discovery or breakthrough. You may have become an incredible caretaker for the elderly or the sick or the dying. You may have been able to sit with someone in their worst times of grief or suffering. You may have learned some incredible tool to help animals or some way to communicate telepathically with animals. I know that's a lot of this has been true for me. You may have developed the ability to learn how to utilize plant medicine. You may have been some kind of yogi who learned how to heal the body with yogic postures. Or you may have been some kind of songstress who knew how to use her voice or his voice, song, to help people heal or animals heal. On and on and on. And in this lifetime, chances are it's somehow calling you. It's somehow calling you, right? And those gifts of mastery, they're in your dormant DNA. They're waiting for you to reclaim. Because you put them there. And you put them in your own lineage, right? In your lineage line. But they're dormant. Because those are the best parts of you. And they're not meant to be misused, abused, or not used. They're meant to be activated and awakened. They're meant to be activated and awakened when you're ready, so that you can call upon them and use them. So they're lying dormant in your DNA, but in order for you to access them, you must become vibrationally attuned. That's not something you can just do by, looking at a clock that says 11, 11, 11. That's not going to do it for you. That's not something you're going to learn about through your left brain. Like, you're learning about it now, but just by learning about it is not going to do it for you. And that's not something that someone else can do for you either. You have to do it. You have to actively, willfully choose it and participate in an experience that allows it to happen. And as you do that, you start learning through direct experience how to do it for yourself. It's not something you can just brainiac your way through it. It is energetic, vibrational shifting. And this is something I've been doing for people and for animals for over 20 years now. This is how I know it is so powerful. It is so transformational. And there's nothing in the world like it when you have such a direct experience that you start reclaiming and recalling knowledge and wisdom that you don't even know how you have. And you think it was yours all along, because it was on some level. And you think like, how did I get this? How did I start knowing this? How did this become my area of expertise? I didn't have to learn this in a book. I didn't have to study this. I didn't have to take some 12-week class to learn it. It's there. It's been there for you. It's waiting. And then you start using it to help others. And that's how you find joy, true joy. Because true joy comes through service and contribution. True joy comes through the direct experience of both giving, receiving, exchanging, and allowing. And that is what is within you. Because if you are a change agent, and if you're watching me, you are, because that's who my tribe is, right? That's my community. If you're a visionary leader, if you know you have something so fabulous to offer, but you're not quite sure exactly what or how, or maybe you already do have a business, you're already an entrepreneur or a solopreneur, and you're already doing it to some degree, and you know there's more, it's because of what's lying dormant within you. And that's part of your calling, and that's part of your soul's agenda. Now, I want to share a little experience I had this week about doing this. So I was preparing for the Lionsgate Triple Stargate Portal DNA activations webinar that I'm doing tonight in just a few hours. We start in a couple of hours from now, 4 o'clock Eastern. And I was sitting in deep meditative space, but it's not meditative like close my eyes and just like, no, it's so much different. We're working with energy. And I was asking about what I would be offering, because I prepare for these for quite a long time, and like months in advance. And I was being shown, well, let's work with synchronizing and harmonizing people's lifetimes so they can claim more of the gifts in their own DNA. And this is when I was brought to one of my lifetime experiences that I had known about in the past. I had not known, and I know a lot of my other lifetimes, right? Parallel realities where I existed as an individuated being at a different point in time and space. Past lifetime. Parallel reality. Same thing, more or less. We're just giving chronological time to it when we call it a past lifetime. And so all of those gifts from that lifetime, it was so real, so intimate with this version of me, everything she was living. It was almost like as I not only observed her, but lived through her, I was challenged personally by her level of mastery in that lifetime of how she was dealing with simplicity and complexity at the same time. And I couldn't quite understand how she was so happy, joyous, and fulfilled as such a simple being, even though I could understand how she was happy because all of her needs were cared for, she was taken care of. But she was infusing me, in a sense, and I was merging with her, unifying with her, to awaken from within me the gifts that she had, the mastery she had achieved regarding being so happy and fulfilled in the simplicity and yet the complexity of the life that she lived. And the reward that she experienced, even though she had not really achieved what most humans would think was very much. But she was great. She was really, truly heart-centered, service-oriented, and very loving, kind person. And she had great friendships, and she had great connection and community, but she did not necessarily achieve what humans would call greatness. Even at that time, she wasn't well traveled. She lived on a property, an aristocratic, she lived in a very wealthy, I'm not going to trip on that word again, wealthy community, not community, a home, and she had a great life, but it wasn't like she did very much other than go to church and, help people, which was a lot. All right. You have gifts from other lifetimes, and you can start becoming aware of them. And that's what's most important that I want to say here. And it doesn't matter, just going back to Lionsgate, Triple Stargate, all that stuff. If you want to hang it up on a technicality and say we're not officially in Aries yet, in Leo yet, or it's not fully lined up yet with Sirius because the stars aren't aligned, like that's just ridiculous. That's just technicalities. And humans who are overly analytical in their left brain. Hey, Rosemary, thanks. I'm glad you like that. I'm glad you appreciated that. I'm so glad you're here. Sharing is caring. Please share it. Sharing is caring. I love that you are appreciating this, and I'm so glad. Yes, I totally get that. You're dedicated to helping less fortunate. You were meant to hear this. And there are other past life experiences that will really help you to do more of the work you're meant to do and serve better and greater in a greater capacity, with so much more capacity stored in your DNA from other parallel realities that you lived. That's what I'm saying. So thank you. Thank you for recognizing that. I really am glad to know you, Rosemary. And I appreciate your comment below, because commenting and sharing is caring. So I appreciate that. So and I appreciate you for the service you're offering too, for to children. That's beautiful. So what I want to just say is, don't hang yourself up on a technicality here. Don't say, oh, the Syrians aren't really lining up with us on this day because the stars don't actually direct at the Syrian Stargate, and we're not officially technically, that's just some astrological, left analytical brain. The day is recognized in consciousness. And more than that, the energy is recognized. And star family races, whether you believe in them or not, interstellar beings recognize this. They recognize that this is a day that they can help and facilitate consciousness for humans. And your DNA holds the keys regardless. And on a day when the energies are so powerful and potent, because there are so many beings in consciousness, really bringing forward that energy, anchoring it and working with it, don't deny yourself the ability to up level, to align and to awaken what is dormant within you. And that is your greatest potential. And it is stored in your DNA. So once again, I'll invite you to join me today. It starts in less than 2 hours. So you're on the last minute here at LoriSpagna.com. If you scroll down under Work with Lori, you'll see speed activations, DNA activations, sacred key code activations, and star code marking activations. And you will love it, and you will hugely benefit from it. And the people and animals that you serve in the world, the nature, the plants, Mother Earth, the collective of humanity will benefit, because when one being awakens, that awakening triggers more awakening in the whole of humanity, because the whole of humanity is connected. We are all connected through energy and consciousness. I hope you'll join me. Either way, I'm wishing you the most happy and joyful Lionsgate, Triple Stargate 888. And I am hoping for you and wishing for you that you awaken your greatest potential so that you can bring it forward here on Earth, because there are 8 billion humans and animals who really want, need, value, and appreciate this, but they just don't know it yet. They're looking for it. And you are their solution. All right, you guys. I'm signing off for now. I'm wishing you your most benevolent best. If you liked this, please share it with others. Hi, Therese. I know I'll see you later today. Please share this with others so others can know. And please do join us at the Lionsgate Portal today. We start in less than 2 hours. Well, about 2 hours, right? A little over 2 hours, actually. All right. I'm signing off for now. I'm sending you so much love. I hope to see you again on Saturday. I'll be here as well to share more. And I'll probably be sharing about our magnificent experience tonight. I'm so excited about it and looking forward to it. Okay. Going to say farewell for now. I see you later. And I wish you your most benevolent best as always. Bye-bye.